Hello, my name is Leonard Weaver, and today I will be speaking about driving under the influence and why you shouldn't. So, the thing about driving under the influence is it's a decision, right? It's a choice. And it's not just some situation we just find ourselves in. Now, I personally have been in a situation where I've been in a party and there were people that were intoxicated there. And some of those people that were intoxicated decided to get up and drive home, fully aware that they're intoxicated, incapacitated, and in no position to be driving. So the first point I want to make is that driving under the influence is far too prevalent in our society. There are approximately 1.5 million people in any given year that are arrested for driving under the influence. 1.5 million people. And sadly, there are more than 10,000 DUI-related deaths in any given year. In just 365 days, 10,000 deaths. That's 30 people every day. One person every 50 minutes. And now all these statistics, all this information, this data is highly relevant because Fayetteville, Arkansas is ranked 12th worst city in the nation for driving under the influence. Now, like I said before, driving under the influence is a choice. You know, no one's forcing you to drive under the influence. And you have alternatives. You have other decisions, options. First one I can think of is plan accordingly. If you know you're going out and you're going to be intoxicated, plan accordingly. Make a plan for you to get back home safely that doesn't involve you driving under the influence. A second option is stay the night. In the situation that I was in, those people had the option to stay the night, but they chose and they decided not to. They decided to drive home while intoxicated. Third option is being on the University of Arkansas campus, we have access to Safe Ride. Now, I'm assuming most of you know what Safe Ride is. And if you don't, it's a number on the back of your ID card that you can call, and they will come pick you up and make sure that you make it home safely if you're unable to do so yourself. For example, being intoxicated and not being able to drive yourself home. So let's talk about, I can also think of several other options. I can think of, there's Uber, there's Lyft. There are so many other alternatives that are far better than driving under the influence and far outweigh the consequences and the risk of driving under the influence. So let's talk about the risk. Let's talk about safety. Let's talk about the consequences of driving under the influence. When you decide to drive under the influence, you're not just putting yourself at risk, you're putting everyone around you at risk. Everyone on the road and anyone that might be in the car with you at risk. And the thing about this is, Fayetteville isn't just a college town. There are families that live here. Mothers, fathers, children that drive these same roads that you're deciding to drive on when you drive under the influence. And one thing that a lot of people don't think about when they're getting in the car and they're intoxicated and they're about to drive home is the consequences. If you were to drive under the influence and take away that mother or that father or that child away from that family, would you be able to live with that? Would they be able to live with that? I'll answer it for you. It's not your decision to make. And that's why it's illegal. Because it's not your decision to make. Now I speak boldly on this because the situation is real. The severity of it is real and it is heavy. So I challenge you today to decide today, right now, if you are going to drink and drive. And I'd like to recap by saying driving under the influence is far too prevalent in our society. And it is unacceptable. And it is especially unacceptable when you're putting others at risk. By choosing to not drink and drive, you could be saving someone's life. Thank you.